All right, well, here is the refreshed 2025 Ram 1500 Rebel. There's a ton of changes on these, and that's exactly what I'm going to be covering in this video. So let's get right into it. If you guys are new to the channel, my name is Jason and I do reviews on vehicles here in Canada. So if you are interested in car reviews, be sure to subscribe and also like this video. And also thank you to CarHub here in Caledon for allowing me to review their Ram 1500 Rebel. And in today's video, I'm going to be going over what models you can get with the Ram 1500s, the safety features that you get with this particular Rebel trim, the exterior, the interior, the infotainment system, and of course the pricing. And this particular truck does have optional features added to it, so I'm going to be putting the window sticker on the screen so you can see what it has. Okay, as for the different models that are available with the new Ram 1500s, this includes the Tradesman, Bighorn, Night Edition Value Package, Off-Roader Value Package, Night Edition Value Package Plus, Sport, Rebel, Laramie, Limited, Longhorn, and the Tungsten. As for the safety features that you get with this Rebel model, this includes the Park Sense front and rear park assist, forward collision warning with active braking, blind spot monitoring with rear cross path detection and trailer detection, adaptive cruise control with stop and go, pedestrian emergency braking, and the level 1 safety group. As for what powers the Rebel, you do get the standard 3-liter i6 Hurricane twin turbo engine, which gives you 420 horsepower and 469 pound-foot of torque, with towing capabilities of about 11,560 pounds when equipped properly. All right, let's start off in the front and see what has changed for the Rebel. Now, right off the bat, you can tell the new sleek designing that this has, and of course, this looks mean and aggressive because this is an off-road ready truck. So here, the front bumper, as you can tell, it is all blacked out. You also get the black skid plate now compared to the silver one before. And within the bumper, you will notice the front tow hooks right there, and also the front safety sensors that run across. And right above the license plate right there, you have your radar cruise control sensor. And this is also new, and your LED fog lights up in the corners of the bumper. Now, as we go into the grille area, this has changed from the previous years. The grille is completely changed and there's no more of that Rebel mustache look. So now you get this nicely designed honeycomb grille area, and then you've got the blacked out Ram letters right there. Now, this truck does not have a front facing camera, but you do have the empty housing right below the letters. And as for the front LED headlights, these are very similar to how the Limited Longhorns, the Limiteds used to have them. Now, all of the trims have these nice, sleek looking LED lights, which I think look amazing on these trucks. Before, they used to be like thicker. I don't know how to explain it, but these are more thinner and sleeker looking for sure. And even like the top area on top of the hood that goes across is also blacked out. So this area right here, it runs all the way across, so you get this nice blacked out look. Now, over on the hood, you do have these vents on both of the sides. These aren't functional, but they do look very cool on this truck. And also up here, you have more of like this venting area that also says 1500 SST on it. So all of this, and especially this truck being in white, I love all of the black bits and pieces that it has added to it. Now, coming to the side of the Rebel, you'll notice more of the black trimming, of course, that this truck has all around. Now, if we go up top here, you do have the sunroof, the panoramic sunroof right there, so which is always a great thing to have on any vehicle, I think. Around the windows, you do have the blacked out trimming and even the blacked out door handles, which add to the pop of the black accents that this truck has. As for your side mirrors, you do have it in gloss black, and then the bottom area is the black plastic. You've also got the turn signal right there, and to me, this kind of has like this dark tint to it on the inside, which does look sleek. And on both the doors on the front, you do have the black Ram letters. Now, across the sides, you'll notice the black gloss black decaling that runs across, so it's not fully white. The bottom portion is black, which again adds to the look and the aggressiveness of the truck. And you can't forget about your side steps as well. Now, as for your wheels, you do get these very nice looking black aluminum wheels, which have also changed for 2025. And these are your off-road ready tires, and these are your 18-inch wheels. And even though that they're 18-inch, they definitely look nice on this truck. Now, as you make your way to the rear of the bed, you've got the massive Rebel decaling on both of the sides. And this is standard with the truck now. All right, coming to the rear of the Rebel, I think the nice looks continue on the back here, just like the front. And like the front, at the back, you'll also have the black bumper, along with your rear safety sensors there. You've also got the dual exhaust. Now, this isn't the chrome tips on this. You do kind of have like this black chrome tip, which definitely suits the vehicle. In the middle here, you do have your hitch, of course, and underneath you have your spare tire. Now, above the hitch, by the license plate area, you do have your towing outlets and whatnot. Now, moving on to the tailgate area, you'll notice you've got the black Rebel badging, the massive Ram letters, and the 4x4 badging. Now, over on the rear tailgate handle, all of this is in gloss black, and you do have, of course, your rear camera. As for the rear tail lights, these are also changed and definitely look nice. These are LED, and I just love the way that they design these. This is a much better looking tail light in my opinion. You guys let me know in the comments down below, but I love these. All right, let's open up the tailgate and take a look at what we have. Oh, before I go into the tailgate, I forgot to mention, if you see underneath the tailgate handle, you saw the little light there. So it does illuminate when you do open up the tailgate. Now, opening up the tailgate, this is power opening, which is a pretty nice thing. And it's also power closing. So that's also new. It's power opening and closing. I think this is a huge convenient thing, especially if you use this truck for work and whatnot, and your hands are tied. You can easily just close it with ease. And one thing that I do want to point out with the tailgate, it closes pretty fast. Because I know with like Ford and whatnot, when you do have the power tailgate, it does have a bit of a lag. So here, if I just touch it, look how fast it goes up and closes. Let's open this up and see what we have back here. This particular truck does not have the spray and bed liner. You can add that, and I would highly suggest doing that if you use this as a work truck, so you don't get all of this scratched up. And back here, you do have the LED bed lighting on both of the sides. Now, over on the rear glass area, in the center here, you do have your power sliding rear window. All right, let's head into the rear and take a look at what we have going on. As you know, with the Rebels, these have the beautiful red interiors, and this has a very nice interior color combination with the red and black. Down here, you do have a decent amount of storage space, your cup holder space, and then you do have this Harman Kardon speaker here that this truck does have. And even around this, you have the red bezeling. In the middle of the door, you have a bit more storage space here. And even the stitching on this, you've got the white and red stitching. And then the top half of the door, you have all of the red, black, and all that nice color contrast. And then up here, is this nice soft touch material with the designing. I'm not sure if you can see on camera there, but it does have the nice designing. And again, you have the red bezeling around that. And even up here, you have this trimming in kind of like this matte finish, again, with the nice designing as well. Now, as for the rear seats, these are leather seats. And even these, you have black, the red stitching, and just looks very nice on this truck. And I keep saying this truck looks very nice, and that's because they've done a very good job with the 2025s. Like you'll notice on the seats here, the red stitching that goes all the way across everywhere. It's all over the seat. Now you'll notice the center here, you do kind of have like this perforated cloth material. However, on the back side of it, you do have red behind it. So from the side, you can't really tell, but on an angle, you see the red behind the meshing, but here it's all black. So that's another cool thing. And of course, on the sides of the seat here, you have more of the red leather, even on the back of the headrest. Now, if we pull down the center here, if I take off the seatbelt and pull down the center, you do have your rear cup holders, and more of that red and white contrast stitching. Also, this particular truck does have the rear heated seats. Now, lifting up the rear seats here, you do have this section which you can kind of pop up and have like this. So you do have a bit of storage space down here if you do want to put like small tools or small bags of grocery or whatever it is. You can definitely tuck it underneath the seats. Also, with this truck, on the floor here, you do have your in-floor storage bins, so you can hide things away in this as well. And even if you're going on the cottage, put some ice in here, some beers, and you're good to go. If you look closely, this also has measurements here and over here. And if this does get dirty, this whole thing, let me see if I can get this out, does pop out. Now, behind the driver and passenger seats, it's all red leather behind it, and you do have the matte pockets on both of the sides there. Over on the rear console area here, you have more of this nice like matte finish trim with more red bezeling, cup holders, some small storage space here, venting on both of the sides. You've got the rear heated seat buttons there, and in the middle here you have all sorts of USB ports and a 115 volt plug here. Now let's head to the front and take a look at what we have going on. It's exactly like the rear, you just have a bit more bigger area at the bottom there, and then also your typical window and side mirror controls. You've also got another speaker up here and the driver memory seat buttons. Now, as for the front seats, these are exactly like the rear seats, you'll notice. However, the front seats are definitely way thicker, as you can see from the side here. They also have Rebel stitched into them with the white bordering, and this is of course on both of the front seats. Also, both of the front seats do come heated, and I just love the way that these look. These are so comfortable, and you can really see how massive these seats are even by the headrests. Also, the front seats do come power adjustable, and I also like how even like this area here is red. Typically you would just have black plastic here, but even this they made in red. Now this is something very small, but down here where typically you would have your door sill protector, you also have RAM written here with the designing as well. Underneath are just your pedals, nothing too special. Here you've got your hood latch release. On this side you have your electronic parking brake. Also, your pedals on this are power adjustable, and moving up you've got your lighting controls here and then the dimmers right here. Even around the venting is the nice red bezeling, and the steering wheel is manual adjustable. Also, when you go ahead and enter inside and start up the truck, you do have this cool Rebel animation. Entering inside of the Rebel, your dashboard has a mixture of hard and soft material. You've also got the speakers there in both of the corners and in the center right here, and it also says Harman Kardon. And this particular truck also has the heads-up display, and this is always a great thing to have in my opinion, because everything is just laid out in front of you so you don't have to take your eyes off the road. Now, as for the cluster area, this is fully digital, and I just love the designing and the details and just everything on this, how they've designed it. And this is a 12-inch cluster area. Now, this isn't something new for 2025. This was actually introduced in 2024, but still this looks amazing, because if you notice the small details like the red bezeling again on the sides, and also you have the white illuminated lights on both of the corners, so definitely adds a nice little touch. And you can't forget about the Rebel badging there as well. Now in the center here you can do quite a few things. You can go through a bunch of different information about the vehicle. So there's a ton of things that you can actually have displayed in front of you. Not only that, but here at the bottom it says digital. You can also do a analog view as well. So either digital or analog, which is pretty nice. And another thing that you can do here is that you can have a map view in the center. So here with navigation, this whole thing turns into your map, which is pretty nice. And as for the steering wheel, this is wrapped in leather. It does come heated. Not only that, you do have like these perforated sides and like this red stitching that goes across all the way. More red bezeling around. You've got the RAM badge in the center there. On the left side here, you've got your cluster controls, phone buttons on the top and the bottom. And the center here, you do have your favorites, so you can scroll through all of those. On the other side here, you do have your cruise control settings, follow distance and whatnot. And down here is your gear limit selector. On this side, you've got drive modes, which this is new as well for 2025. They never used to have these. This used to be here, but not this. Now over on the center armrest area, you can see how massive this is, and this is covered in leather and also the white and red stitching and the Ram badge here. Now this does have 2 sections to it which you can open up. So the first section does look like this here, not too much, but you do have, I think, a decent amount of space here for storage and a USB port. Now if you close this, you do have your typical Ram deep storage space, and this is pretty deep. You don't only get it here, but this thing here slides back and you have a ton more room up here. So there's a lot of room in this truck, especially in the center console area. Plus on here you've got more measurements, all sorts of them. And if you notice a little Easter egg, you've got like these Ram trucks at the bottom. Now on the sliding part here, you have more open storage space, more cup holders here. And then if we move this back, not only do you have more space that goes inside there, you have another 115 volt plug. You've got wireless charging here for both phones, and you get a key card now for your key, kind of like how Teslas are. You get a key fob, you just place it here, you can start the truck and whatnot. So that's actually pretty cool. And then above, you do have a ton more USB ports and an HDMI port, which I'm going to show you when we go to the passenger side, because it has its own screen. Now along the sides of the center console here, not only is there more red bezeling, but you do have like this granite rough type of a trim. I don't know how to explain it, but it definitely looks cool. You've also got some space at the bottom here, and this will be on the passenger side as well. Now up here where your gear knob is, you've got a ton of different things. Not only do you have your gear shifter here, but you've got like your 4-wheel drive, 2-wheel drive, 4 high, 4 low, all that stuff here. Auto start stop, off-road cruise control, and then your axle lock as well. And here is the massive screen. These are changed as well, and the side climate buttons, they're also changed, and they've made them smaller as well compared to last year. And I'm talking about like the width. Also the screen has gotten bigger because this is a 14.5 inch touchscreen. And on here, you can do quite a few things. So you'll notice on the sides of the screen, you do have your temperature controls on both of the sides, so you can use those buttons there. And then down here, you've got a bunch of different tabs, which I'm going to be covering in this video. Also, you have these 2 buttons here, not really buttons, but like touch sensitive, for your safety sensors for the front and the rear. And on the screen here, you have 2 sections. So you've got your map view and then another section down here. A quick note, I'm sorry why the screen is going like red. I don't know if you can see it on the screen, but that's just how the camera is. It's not like this in person, I can tell you that. But you can definitely add different widgets on this and even different pages. You can delete a page, reorder the pages, which is pretty nice. So this is your home tab. You've got this set up here. Next, under media, you do have your AM, FM, Sirius XM and whatnot. And you can also wirelessly connect your device to this through Apple CarPlay. Next is your comfort section. And this is all of your heating, temperature controls, heated seats, heated steering wheel. And now you can even select these zones that you want to be heated. You can either control like the bottom, both of them, or just the top section. So you can use this for temperature controls or the side buttons here. Next is your phone section once you do have it paired there. Under vehicle, you've got a few things here. So up top, you've got 4 different sections. So I'm going to start off with the camera here. And if we go under vehicle, this only has the rear view camera, but if you have a different trim level, you have a 360 camera, it'll all show up here. Let's exit out of this. Now under dashboard, because this is a Rebel, you have your off-road pages there. So here you can see all the necessary off-road information about the vehicle. So vehicle dynamics, you've also got accessory gauges and your pitch and roll. Under controls, you've got the mirror dimmer. You can turn the passenger screen on or off, and then vehicle cameras again. And then you have settings here. You've got a bunch of different things that you can kind of go through and fine-tuned to your liking. Now, if we go under apps, again, there's all sorts of different apps on this. You've even got Alexa built in, so that's pretty cool. And again, there's just a ton of things that you can go through. And then finally, over on the last one, you've got navigation, and here you are. And even when you're low on fuel, like this truck is, it'll tell you to find a gas station that's nearest to you, which is pretty neat. And up top, you do have this bar here as well, which is also touch sensitive, so you can control things through there. And even like for your heated seat and steering wheel, you have a shortcut, and if you swipe down, you've got more favorites that you can customize as well. And even on the sides here is more of that granite type trim with the red bezeling and this nice black trimming. Up top, you have more red trimming like I mentioned, and Ram lettering, the 12-volt outlet here, and some small storage space. Up top is your mirror. Not only do you just have the rear view mirror, but if you flick this, it becomes a digital rear view mirror, which is pretty neat. Now up top here, you have quite a few things. So not only do you have your interior lights, you've got your tailgate button to open and close, assist, SOS, you got your sunshade controls here, your sunroof controls here, and then the rear power sliding window controls there. Now coming around to the passenger side here, the same storage spot that you saw on the driver's side. Now this is the screen that I was talking about. I'm just gonna touch on it just in a second here. You've got this Rebel badge here as well, and your typical glove compartment storage space. All right, let's talk about the screen here. This is new for 2025, and this truck does have the option for this screen, of course, as you can see. So right now it's turned off, but you do have the power button here. So if I press this, you have a bunch of different things here. So you've got 3 tabs. On the home tab here, you've got audio section, a video section, and HDMI section. Swiping over, you've got a navigation section, devices, and cameras. So this is pretty cool. You can even see the vehicle cameras from the passenger side and even the navigation. And the second tab here is for your notifications, if you do have any. And then under controls, you have the system section, so you can turn the screen off, the brightness, and even connect wireless headphones to this. And this is a very similar system to like the Grand Wagoneers, the Wagoneers. They have this type of a system where you can kind of see on this side, and even the Grand Cherokees now. So now it's continued over to the Ram trucks. Here's the window sticker for this 2025 Rebel. The MSRP you see is in Canadian dollars, and this may be minus any discounts if available. Well, that does it for the review of this new redesigned 2025 Ram 1500 Rebel. Let me know in the comments down below what you think of this truck, and of course, like always, do you love it or do you hate it?